Hi guys, and welcome to the Pioneer Farmhouse. My name is Patricia. Well, I've had enough of being inside. I felt steady enough to get outside and walk around today with my immobilizer. So that is just what I've done. It is the evening of the day, and I thought what a great time to get outside. Our frost is getting very, very near. Our usual frost in this area will be the middle of October, so that could happen within about the next 2 weeks. I've had a few requests to do a farm tour. I'm not really in the mood to do a great big farm tour, but I'll show you the latest accomplishment that we have. We are working on the sheep fence. As you can see, we've got all of the posts installed. And we did have this measured out, and it's in half an acre. It's not very big to put very many sheep on it, but I think that maybe I could at least get, I want to say 5 or less sheep on it. It goes from that pole over to the tree. And then as we turn around, it's going to go up to the gate, down the road, and there where my car is sitting, and then up the lane. I'd at least like to get this done before winter time. I'm not going to be putting any sheep in here during the winter. I just don't feel like at this point that I want to try to winter anything, but it would be nice to have it finished, and that way when spring comes of next year, I might be able to get a few ewes that are pregnant and put in here. I'm going to take y'all down to the other part of the pasture and just show you a few head of the cattle that we have down there. Hope the dogs don't get to barking and spook them. All right, as y'all can see, we have a few. They're over here on the other side of the fence. I'm not gonna get over there and disturb them. They look like they're doing really good. Seems like the grass is just beginning to grow back after the heat, the drought that we had kind of created a setback. It's unfortunate that after the first frost that it will kill it back, because there's still quite a bit of grass here for them to eat. I had so many plans for this year, but as y'all know, that was hindered by the shoulder surgery that I had the first go around, and then continued problems after that, which led to the second surgery. So I am resetting my sights and very optimistic for the next year that we can make the changes that I wanted to make this year. Although we did make changes, they were very minuscule, but I am okay with what we got accomplished. Let's go ahead and walk up to the other pasture and get on our driveway and see if we can see the other cattle, because we do have 2 new calves there, but they are about a month old. So let's see if they're up there. I hear them hollering. All right, let's keep walking. This is an old manure spreader that we got, and I just love old farm implements. And we just line our driveway with these. I'm sure if someone took the time, that it wouldn't take much to get this old thing going again. So, this is our driveway that I'm walking on. It's so pretty and peaceful. We've got some cedar trees that we need to take out of here so that it will open up the view. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not a big fan of cedar trees. More old farm implements. I'm not exactly sure what this thing is right here. I was kind of thinking that it makes square bales of hay, but I could be totally wrong with it, about that. All right, so more implements and items from the past. There's a plow. We actually use that to turn the soil over. We still use that. I'm not 100% sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is an old mowing machine. We have another old owing machine. And then we have several of these plows, spring tooth harrows, wash machine that stood up at one time, and all of our cast iron. Lots of pieces of frames and wood that need to be picked up. An old bed. And this has probably got to be my favorite. This is my husband's pickup truck. He bought this in 1956, brand new. I think he told me it was $900. And as some of y'all know, my husband is a whole lot older than me. So I am correct on that date. And we have to get that tree cut out of there because it is just going to ruin that grill. It probably has already dented it. As y'all can see, I absolutely love this truck. If I ever get rich, win the lottery, I'm definitely going to have this truck restored. And I'm not sure that I'm even going to change the patina on it. I think I would like to have it restored and leave the patina on it exactly the way it is. Another farm favorite of mine is this old windmill. So this windmill goes back to a friend of mine that is from Texas. He lived in the oil field. He now has retired here many years ago. I befriended him years and years ago. One wintry cold morning, and I'm not even sure that that is right. It may have been a stormy day that we had. He had this windmill up, and the next time I went down by his place, I noticed that the windmill was laying down in his pasture in the creek. So I called him up and asked what he was going to do with the old windmill, and he said that he was going to keep the tower, but he didn't have a need for the base. But as soon as he got a new windmill, he would call me and we could come pick this up. So that is exactly what happened. About 6 months later, I got a call from him, and he said, "Hey, I've got that windmill moved up to my house. Why don't you come and get it?" So my plans are to try to straighten those out as much as possible and just build a fake base to put this on. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I love windmills, so I am very happy to get this. It is not in the most perfect condition, but to me, it is still beautiful. Okay, so this is a pasture that we call the Bermuda Patch. Why? I don't know, probably just because it grows an abundance of Bermuda grass. And again, we have more farm implements. This is a hay rake, and we have, I think, 4 of these. 2 of them lines the gate coming into the Bermuda Patch. And I'm probably not going to go in here because I can't lift this gate. We got to get it on a hinge. I might be able to squeeze through there. You can see the cattle off in the distance. Let's walk up there and hopefully I don't spook them and we can see at least one of the baby calves, maybe 2. They got their heads up looking at me, uncertain of who I am and probably thinking about running away. One of the calves is with its mother there just to the right. We've got a brown and a black one here. At the moment, I just see one calf. She does not like those dogs. And you'll see her getting after them. She's not an aggressive cow. It's just those dogs are just sitting there taunting her. They are waiting for their chance to pounce on her and get her out of the area that they are in. But the cow is big enough to take care of itself. The puppies have a lot to learn. Once she feels like they're no longer a threat, she will turn around and leave. All right, let me show you the 2 calves. They're coming up closer. the white Roanish cow in the background that I told you was my favorite. She had the black calf with the white tip, and the red cow has had the brown calf. Some of my other favorite things on the farm are these huge oak trees. Look how huge they are. And I love the way that they branch out. They're kind of short and squatty. I have another one along the driveway that I love, but these trees are huge. Here's another one beside of it that someday it will be a big tree. And then we have this one here also. I'm going to go ahead and leave the cattle alone and let them continue to graze. We're leaving what I call the Bermuda Patch. Kind of walking down a little bit of an incline here down to our driveway. We do live off the gravel county road. This is our quarter-mile private driveway down to our house. I'm going to turn the camera around and just show y'all how big that tree is. I just love that tree. It is getting old. As you can see, some of the limbs are beginning to die on it. These do need to be probably cut back, but in my lifetime, I don't have the heart to cut them. Another one of my lovely trees. This tree is coming to the end of its life, but how long will that be? Could be another 20 years, 30 years. The branches are constantly falling. They have to be picked up. But this tree is a massive tree. Not as big as the others, but it's big. And as you can see, the roof on my house is just down the hill. So one of my goals for this year was to clean up all of the cedar trees that are out in the field so that you could actually see into the woods. We did start that process. I didn't want to cut all of the cedar trees down along the driveway. I did want to leave a border. A lot of people in this area uses the cedar trees to stretch their fence to. And for us, that is a good thing because T-posts are so expensive. And this is just right along our driveway and it would just be so easy. We are just with cedar trees that are just growing uncontrollably out here. They do need to be cut down. The bigger ones could be used for posts, and the rest of them could be turned into cedar chips. We did have somebody out here who has done that for us, but now that things are getting a little bit tight, it's not affordable at this time to continue paying somebody. And as you can see, here's our driveway. This is an incline, and I will tell you, during the winter time when there is ice and snow on this, it is really steep. So here you go. A lot of these small cedar trees need to be taken out from underneath these walnut trees. and allow the walnut trees to grow. You can see right here is a great example. Taking out all of these cedar trees has really opened up the forest. And I did not know we had so many walnut trees on our property. A few of them could be thinned out, but this is just so beautiful. And when we get to right here, those cedar trees are just blocking the view. Once you get back into the forest or the woods, there's not as many cedar trees. They're just more out in the pasture and in the field. Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed the little farm tour. There is so much more to see, but that is all I feel like walking and doing today. Walking causes my arm to bounce up and down. So I will leave you here, and we will catch up with another farm tour in about a month.